Okay, my name is Tom Kaus, and this is week 6, the project which was a game of war. Okay, so the code that you see defines a simple card game using JavaScript. I used some classes and a function. The game involves 2 players. I just call them player 1 and player 2. A standard deck of 52 playing cards. Each player is dealt 26 cards. They're first shuffled at the beginning of the game. Okay, so in front of us right here is the first class, and it's called the card class. It represents an individual playing card with its value ranging from 2 to 14. Okay, so the number on each card goes from 2 to 10, and then I just made the Jack 11, Q 12, 13, and the ace would be 14. Okay, also in this class, let's see here, is the suits. Okay, spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. Here it is, the get card string, I should say. Method returns a string representation of a card, like, for example, this might say 2 of hearts, king of spades. Okay, so anyway, that is all of this was the card class. Let's move on to the deck class. Okay, so here's the deck class, and what it is used for is to generate and shuffle the deck of cards. Alright, so it has a method for generating the deck, and for the shuffle, and for dealing the card. Okay, and for the shuffle, I actually went online and just did a search, Google search, and I found this one here. It's called the Fisher-Yates algorithm. Okay, and the next class is called the player class. Okay, so let's see, the player class just represents a player in the game. Some of the properties for the player is the name, okay, their name, the hand that they have been dealt, and of course their score, and it's first initialized at 0 and then incremented by a point each time if they win. Okay, so let's see, the player can play a card from their hand. Okay, play a card, they can add a card. Let's see here, increment the score, again plus plus. To play the card, we use the function pop, which takes the last index of an array. And here's the get score. And then finally, this is the function to play the game. This is where it's played at. Okay, so let's see here. The function starts the card game. All right, so it creates the 2 players and a deck of cards. The deck is generated, shuffled, and then 26 cards are dealt to each player. The game then compares, or well, it's in a loop. Here's a for loop, and actually another loop, a while loop, and then the game continues to play as long as they have cards, okay, and meaning greater than 0. So once they run out of cards, that's 0, then the game ends, okay? Let's see here. So the player with the higher card value wins the round and gains a point in the score, okay? Let's see here. Okay, so right here is the comparison, and if they have the same value, then it's called a tie. Okay, and then at the end here, this displays the final scores, who wins, and then if it's a tie, then it's a tie. So anyway, that is my code. Let's go to the test that I created. Okay, here are 2 tests that I created. One was for the deck, to test to make sure that there are 52 cards, and the other test was on the players. Just making sure that if a player won, that their score was incremented by 1. Alright, and I got help from my mentor for the deck, the 52 cards, and I got help from ChatGPT. Even though it produced a couple of mistakes, I had to go in and correct those, but that's where I got some help from on those 2 tests. And then here's when it ran. Again, it passed both tests on the deck and on the player, and then on the right hand side basically it showed what player 1 and player 2 played, and then it described who won that particular round, and if it was a tie for that round, then it said it was a tie. And then here's the code, and I continue on here until the very end, and actually both players scored a 12, so it says it's a tie. So there is my week 6 project.